Hello and welcome to today's Daily Pattern. My name's Karen. Do you ever find that sometimes it just feels like you're living the same day, day in, day out? Much like the film Groundhog Day from the 1990s, if you're old enough to remember that, with Bill Murray, if I remember rightly. Having all lived however many weeks we are now in lockdown, I imagine quite a few of us would answer yes to this. Would you also maybe answer yes if we apply this to our prayer life? Do you find that sometimes, or quite often, you say the same thing day in, day out without maybe giving much thought or attention to what it is you're saying or who it is you're saying it to, or maybe you put your own limitations on what you can ask of God, what you actually believe He can do in your life? In today's passage, we read about a man who we're told has been lame from birth and has a very clear pattern in his life. He does the same thing, which is to go and sit outside the temple gates at the same time at 3 o'clock, to do the same thing, to beg from the people who are going into the temple. But on the day in question, something different happens, and along come John and Peter. And when they're asked for money, Peter replies, "Silver and gold I do not have, but in the name of Jesus of Nazareth, stand and be healed." What happens next is we're told that the man turns to Peter and to John and gives them his attention, and he expects something to happen. The man who's been lame from birth is helped to his feet and stands. What the most amazing bit for me next is that he then goes into the temple, somewhere we're told he usually only sits outside, and rejoices and witnesses to those around him about what has just happened to him, that he was healed in the name of Jesus. Now, as I said earlier, maybe we are all guilty sometimes of setting those limitations, of expectations of God. And maybe we could dare today to perhaps pray those big, bold prayers in life. Maybe we could all turn and give God our full attention. I know as a mum to 2 little ones, I might start out on my day to give God my full attention, and I usually end up doing about 4 or 5 things at once, or if I sit down to do a Bible study or a prayer, then my kids might interrupt. But maybe we can all just try, however hard it may be, to set aside some time today to give God our full attention and not limit our expectations of what He can do in our lives. Maybe we can dare to pray those big, bold prayers today.